I think the other fish eat their babies as soon
Oh, God.
as they're born. They're little eggs.
Sure.
So it's normal for that. Anyway. Yeah, those were good days.
What color are guppies?
Yep,
They
brown, yucky, dull, brown. Ugly little. They don't get very big. Oh, see, he got somebody.
At least it wasn't us.
Right, better them than me.
That's right. So then what became of Madeline?
I don't know. We wrote, we corresponded.
Did you guys kiss?
Yeah. Second kiss. My first kiss was we're going to drive right by it, Memphis Fairgrounds, when we get into Memphis. And, yeah, that was all. No more. Just a kiss.
It's a big deal then, though.
Oh, God, yeah, it was not. It was sort of like my first kiss, but it was my second kiss.
Well, how old were you?
Okay, 57.
Yeah, so then you would have been 13.
13. And when I was 12, I kissed, I gotta think of her name. Carolyn. No! She was my second kiss. Madeline was my third kiss. My first kiss was Linda Dicker in the first grade in Coxburg, Mississippi.
First grade?
Yeah, we rode the bus together.
Not a serious kiss.
Linda Dicker. I met her later at a reunion we were having, and somebody's funeral. Somebody in the family of the Gants had died. I can't remember, but anyway. She had gotten out of school and become a superintendent of a college there, and owned the house of her parents. And she was doing real well, and she looked real good. She spotted me all the way across the room. She saw me coming right up. My God, well, we hadn't seen each other in 50 years.
Oh, my gosh.
And our brother, who I thought had been killed in Vietnam, Jimmy, he was my best buddy. He was there. He was missing an arm. And I guess that's where the rumor got that he got shot in Vietnam and died or something, but he didn't. It was his other brother, though, that had died, but he didn't even lose the arm. He didn't even go to Vietnam. He got drunk and ran his truck off the road.
Oh, my God.
Still an alcoholic, probably.
And that's how he
was
lost.
then.
Wow.
Because I remember I touched on, well, I'm getting sober and I'm in AA, and sort of like, I didn't get nothing back from Linda, but it was sort of like he wanted to change the conversation. So I did, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't push any of that. You know what I mean? It was just,
yes.
But yeah, it was Jimmy and Linda, and we was on the school bus, and we got off the school bus out behind Coxburg one day, and I said, I'm going to be bold, I'm going to give a kiss, and I popped it on her, and she popped her arms around me and squeezed me and kissed me back. Oh, my God. All in Linda, sitting under a tree.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Yeah, from all the kids, of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Her father was killed by James Smith. I think I told you about that. He was a black man who had gone in a honky-tonk to get some beer, and he wasn't bothering nobody, and they just started, get out of here, nigger, and that sort of stupid, ignorant, redneck shit stuff was said. Well, he got out of there. He went and got his 22 and come back and killed a bunch of them rednecks, including her dad.
Wow.
So there was a big manhunt. And that's when all them people got shot in the posse. And that's where Mac gave blood transfusion and got caught the hepatitis that eventually killed him at my age. Well, 67 or 68 when Mac died.
So wait, yeah, that's right. Tell me that part again.
Well, they went after him, a whole posse of these people. And we were there in the hospital when they brought the bodies in, all bloody on a stretcher. We were in the hospital there. This was like 54.
You're about 10.
Mac and Bobby were there. So it was 53 maybe. Well, yeah, it was a few years after Mama died, so a couple of years after Mama died. And Mac was there, and he volunteered to give, blood transfusion.
Sure.
To the posse. And apparently that's where they think he caught hepatitis C.
Oh.
Which, plagued him until he died.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, that was funny. That guy, they finally caught the black man. And they sent him to Alabama and put him in a mental health home.
Really?
Because he apparently was
lost
nuts. Which was common. My granddaddy died there. My great-granddaddy died in the one in Jackson, Mississippi, which is still there, Whitfield. I always said when you was talking about crazy folk, hell, he's crazy enough to be in Whitfield. I always bugged me because I knew my great-granddaddy died in Whitfield, which is an insane asylum.
Wow.
Anyway, but they sent him to Alabama so they wouldn't hang him because they knew back then. They still would have hung him, literally. And there was a lot of angry people. And yet, probably just because he was not all right in the head, and they just pushed this prejudice, racist shit too far, and he snapped and got a gun. But he was so good with a gun, and this was written up in those detective magazines. I saw it many times.
Really?
For many years, they'd write up a story about him. He'd take his wife, would hold a match in her lips, and he'd stand back with a .22 and light that match.
No way.
So that's why he killed all them old boys that come after him. He was a sharp shooter, and all he had was a .22 long rifle.
Wow. He lit the match?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So what year was this about?
53.
Because we could find it on the internet.
Okay. And I'm trying to think his name. It was so common a name. It was something like James Smith or Bobby won't remember.
Well, we can find it, but based on pieces of information, like what city was it in?
I'll get it. She might recall that. She doesn't remember things like I do.
Well,
never really did.
What city was it in?
Well, it was in Holmes County, Mississippi.
Got it. Okay. That's easy then.
It was all over Holmes County Pickens County. And,
all you have to do is look that up.
Well, that would be really interesting.
Yep.
And,
yeah, just with that information alone, I could find it. And that's what I did when I found the article about my mom and my father, the shooting.
One time, they had him cornered in an old house that was abandoned, probably an old field worker house. And they had him in there, and they shot it up full of holes. And they just peppered the building, and they knew he was in there. And he was in there. They set the house on fire. They said, for sure we got him, Well, a few days later, they went back out after the fire, and the ashes and everything had cooled. They could saw where he crawled out of the root cellar. He was apparently down there under a bunch of potatoes or something. And they went after him again. Finally, I think what it was, the story was that he went to Alabama and turned himself in.
Okay.
Because he knew he couldn't do that in Mississippi. Not in those years.
No. And that it wasn't going to come to a good end.
No.
If he was caught.
Of course not.
By those guys.
They either shot him or killed him or hung him right there on the spot and made an example of him. Because the Ku Klux Klan is still alive down there. It's just not. People aren't proud of it like they used to be, and they aren't. They're a little more of a secret society like originally they started out to be.
Wow.
What's all that about? They slowed down to almost nothing. Maybe this is the work zone or something.
That's an amazing story to have been part of.
Yeah, Yeah,
You know?
I got a lot of those, and I've never even told you, and that's one reason I want to record them. It's not so much about, I'm not doing that to brag on what I got to experience, but
Right.
it's good to, you know, it's a part of my life, it's my history.
Yep,
It's
yep.
important, and I want my kids, grandkids to know it one day when I'm long gone. Oh, Granddaddy had a very exciting life. And I have. Like where we just came through, Warner, Oklahoma. My God, me and Rudolph Samaniego pulled the curtains off of an old abandoned theater there in Warner in 1961. Just before I went to Mexico. And we was on our way to Mexico. We pulled them off of us and wrapped up in them, and somebody came and ran us out of the theater, and we went over to an old house where there was a old cur dog, old blonde, probably was a shepherd type dog, and we found some kind of a makings of a curtain or something, and wrapped that around me and us and put him right in between for heat. And then later on, it was still pretty cold, so I got up and tore wallpaper off the wall, and I built a fire in the middle of the old shed.
Oh my God!
It just kept burning it. I think it burned a hole in the floor, but when we left, we didn't burn it down. It was an abandoned old house anyway. And then we got out on the road again and hitchhiked on from Warner to Oklahoma City. We went to a bathroom in Oklahoma City on old Route 66. And that's where all this new I-40 stuff was built. And they had, I gotta pee. Rest area. Gas exit 3.
Maybe we can take a nap there.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I don't want to take a nap, honey. I want to make some time, but I don't want to get in there on Wednesday. I want to get there. I
know.
Tuesday.
I gotcha.
But I'm gonna. I gotta find a place to pee. We're going to the service station.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, we hitchhiked Route 66. And that was kind of romantic at the time because the movie still was on TV. 77, Sunset Strip, and in that movie they used Route 66 a lot. And then there was Route 66 was another show. Okay, there was a gas station here, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Rest area.
Oh yeah, there you
That's what I
go.
want. That's even better.
That is better.
Yeah, we was in the service station there. We was hitchhiking, and we went to the bathroom to take a bath. We went in there. We used all the taper, soap, made a mess, and we were leaving.
Made a mess.
The service attendant came in. Oh, that was the car place back over there. I went to the wrong place. I wasn't paying attention. We'll go around over there. And he chewed us out. And we went right back out on the road. Caught a ride.
No, you don't want to do this.
I got to get back in there.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
do.
get in there.
Yeah, how?
I don't know, but I got to pee.
Yeah, I know. So you kind of passed it.
I think I can go in here.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I ain't supposed to, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I would just do it. Otherwise, you're back on the freeway.
Yeah, I got to pee.
Okay.